until now, I've clocked over 2,000 kilometers, traveled to 11 states and 2 union territories. I traversed the highways, followed the stars, and drove different classes of Mercs. The B, the A, the E, the ML, the GL. Oh, I love the GL class. The point is, you can catch all my crazy adventures on Follow the Star. Welcome to Follow the Star. This week I start my journey from Pune and drive into the heartland of Maharashtra. But before I headed out to the city, I had to take part in the ritual of picking up some delicious Shrewsbury biscuits from Kayani Bakery, which is an institution here. Kayani Bakery on East Street seems to be stuck in a time warp. It was established by a local Parsi family in the city and has been dishing out treats to travellers and locals alike since 1955. The bakery is a confectionery wonderland and its hottest selling item is the Shrewsbury biscuit. The bakery has an extensive menu that offers an array of biscuits, cakes and breads, and every Puneite has their very own personal favourite. The trick is to get in bright and early in the morning to get that scrumptious oven-fresh box of cookies. So one for the road. I start my journey from Pune, where I slip onto the State Highway 60 before taking a detour to State Highway 54 to explore a natural wonder at Nighoj. I then get back on the SH60 and follow it till the end of my journey in Aurangabad. En route, I make a pit stop at Ahmednagar to check out the famous Ahmednagar fort. I'm driving on the Maharashtra State Highway 60, which runs northeast from Pune to Aurangabad. Since the train link takes 3 to 4 hours, it's always better to take the road because you can complete the distance in a little under 2 hours. The road conditions here have left me pleasantly surprised. It's a 4-lane highway with fairly good roads, except that in patches you will find crowded settlements that slow down traffic. I've just crossed the town of Shirur, and I have to look out for an exit on my left which will get me on to the State Highway 54. From here I'm taking a left that detours to Nighoj. It's a small hamlet with a natural wonder I wouldn't want to miss. The road to Nighoj is not much fun to drive on as it's narrow, dusty and sparsely populated, but I'm super excited about the potholes along the Kukari riverbed and I'm not going to let the road conditions dampen my spirits. Situated 3 kilometers ahead of the village of Nighoj, the Kukari river flows seamlessly through the rocky terrain with temples on either side of its bed. Though at first glance, the place looks rather unflattering, but I'm going to give it a second chance and get a closer look. Locally known as Kund, these naturally created potholes have baffled geologists from the world over for decades, who come here every year to study them. It is believed that the once peacefully flowing river has been relentlessly beating against the hard basalt rock bed for countless years, giving rise to this geological vignette. These potholes are spread over 3 kilometers and are 100 meters deep, giving the basin the look of a canyon. This is said to be one of the largest natural gorges in Asia, and the view is quite amazing. They look like craters on the moon. The incredible thing about nature is it never ceases to amaze you. Though I could sit here and marvel at this geological wonder for hours, the road beckons me and I must move on. I'm back on the State Highway 60, and this road is drastically different from the one I was driving on my way to Nighoj. The road is a 4-lane highway and I'm having a great time driving my Mercedes E250 on it. My first pit stop is here, Ahmednagar, and my pick of the city is the Ahmednagar Fort. The city of Ahmad Nizam Shah, Ahmednagar, is dotted with several Mughal-era buildings. The most popular of them is the Ahmednagar Fort. The fort stands tall as Ahmad Nizam Shah's victorious conquest of the Daulatabad fort. Today, the fort is a popular tourist attraction and is a must-visit for any history enthusiast. Leaving the Ahmednagar fort behind, I continue my journey to my final destination, Aurangabad. Aurangabad is about 60 kilometers from here, and my drive has been great thanks to my Mercedes E250. Coming up on Follow the Star, I explore ancient art and architecture at the historic city of Aurangabad. See you after the break. I've made it to Aurangabad and I'm thoroughly enjoying the view here. This is a city that came into the spotlight during the Mughal rule. Now there's a lot I want to explore here, but first up, I'm going to check out the renowned Paithani sarees. The city of gates, historic city, tourism capital of Maharashtra. The city got the name Aurangabad when the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb shifted his capital here in 1663. The word literally translates to built by the throne. The town is replete with historical monuments, the most famous of them being the Bibi Ka Maqbara, which was built in the memory of Aurangzeb's wife. The monument is one of the prime examples of Mughal architecture and is one of the most visited sites in Aurangabad. Much like its monuments, Aurangabad is also famous for its looms. The city has been a massive producer of Paithani sari. I am going to Paithani Silk Weaving Center to find out more about this ancient weaving tradition. Paithani sari derives its name from the village of Paithan near Aurangabad. Often referred to as a poem hand-woven by silk and gold, the tradition of weaving Paithnis is over 2000 years old. Most of its motifs are inspired by the Ajanta and Ellora caves. The intricately embroidered sari is for the discerning buyer and is handed down generations as a prized possession. Of late, there have been innovations in design, and now there are dress materials and even kurtas made of Paithani silk. So I have Mr. Ramesh Khatri with me, who is one of the pioneers in the revival of the Paithani saris in Aurangabad. So Mr. Khatri, tell me, what are the characteristics of a traditional Paithani sari?
This art is 2000-year-old art. 200 BC, Shalivan dynasty, they were actually ruling Paithan, and from that period this art is there.
So what are the main characteristics of a Paithani sari? Are there any special characteristics?
Yeah, this actually in India every region has got special saris, and this pattern is totally different from that. In the sense, actually this is 2000-year-old art when no technique was developed. So we just keep paper below and take out each threads manually. So this, if you see this back side and right side, pattern will look same.
So now that you've told me about Paithani saris and how the right and the wrong side looks the same almost, and I am wondering if you get confused. Can you show me the difference?
I will just show you. This is the real Paithani. You can just see this work, and if you see the back side,
yeah, it does look the same.
It looks same. Here actually threads will not go throughout. Actually it will be changing like this one.
Are there any special days that a Paithani sari is worn, or is it worn on a regular basis, on an everyday basis?
No, these are actually special occasion saris.
Okay.
So this generally wedding or special occasions.
How has the art changed over the years?
Thing is that actually art has not changed as such.
Like you said, it's one thread each that they use while they're making the sari, and it was all handmade. Is it still handmade like that?
No, pattern is actually, real pattern is made same like it used to be made 2000 years back.
That looks different. That doesn't look like a Paithani sari. What is that?
No, this is Himru.
Okay.
This is Himru. This is actually 600-year-old art, and this you can see this.
It's a shawl.
This is shawl. This is warp is cotton, weft is silk, and this design is from Ajanta painting. This Ajanta lotus design.
So they've taken the art of Ajanta and Ellora caves and put it into their shawls.
Even this
inspired by the caves.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Khatri, for introducing us to the culture of Aurangabad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Like most growing cities in the country, Aurangabad too is half steeped in history and half reveling in modernity. But the charm of the city lies in its old quarters. Parts of the city still retain the old world allure, and its influence is reflected most in the demeanor of its people and its cuisine. One of my favorite ways of exploring a city is through its cuisine. And since Aurangabad was one of the important cities during the Mughal reign, I wouldn't want to miss the food here. So I've fixed a date with the owner of a popular restaurant in town, and that's exactly where I'm headed. I'm meeting the owner of the Great Sagar Hotel, Shakil, who will help me taste the best on his menu. So I'm at Great Sagar restaurant at Aurangabad, and I have Shakil bhai with me here. I'm his guest today, and look at the amount of food he's ordered for me to taste. I can't wait to try all of it. So Shakil bhai, बताइए औरंगाबाद और आपकी रेस्टोरेंट का सबसे मशहूर डिश कौन सा है?
जी एक्चुअली मैं समय पहले बताऊंगा कि औरंगाबाद में जो सब में फेमस डिश है वो है नान खलिया, जो यहाँ अच्छे ओकेशन पे शादीज में रस्म व रिवाज में स्पेशल में वो बनाते हैं, जिसका नाम है नान खलिया, और ये बहुत ज़माने से चलते आ रहा है, मुगल के ज़माने से चलते आ रहा है। जी, और हमारे होटल की अगर बात करेंगे तो हमारे रेस्टोरेंट में फेमस है चिकन औरंगाबादी, जो औरंगाबाद के नाम से रखा गया है, जो बहुत फेमस है। तकरीबन जी हाँ, तकरीबन औरंगाबाद के लोग आके हमारे होटल में खाते हैं।
मैं ट्राई करने वाली हूँ।
हाँ जी, आप ट्राई कीजिए ना।
आप बताइए, आपके रेस्टोरेंट में आपका सबसे फेवरेट डिश कौन सा है?
मेरा फेवरेट डिश है मेरे यहाँ की, मुझे बिरयानी मुझे बहुत पसंद है।
यहाँ की या
नहीं, मुझे मेरी होटल की बिरयानी बहुत पसंद है। मैं दूसरे की बात नहीं करूँगा, मुझे अपनी बिरयानी बहुत पसंद है। बिल्कुल, आई लव माई बिरयानी वेरी वेल।
आई लव बिरयानी एनीवे, लाइक जहीं पे भी wherever I go, मुझे बिरयानी खाना बहुत ज़रूरी लगता है, क्योंकि बिरयानी इज़ माई फेवरेट डिश पर्सनली। हैदराबादी बिरयानी और औरंगाबाद की बिरयानी के बीच में क्या फ़र्क क्या है?
गुड क्वेश्चन।
What is the difference?
एक्चुअली कैसा है,
आप सीक्रेट इंग्रेडिएंट्स बता सकते हो?
जी ऑफ कोर्स, क्यों नहीं बताऊंगा मैं। एक्चुअली पता है कि जो हैदराबाद की जो बिरयानी होती है और जो औरंगाबाद की जो बिरयानी होती है वो कोकन टाइप की होती है। तो औरंगाबाद की बिरयानी जो बनती है आधी हैदराबादी और आधा कोकन स्टाइल की, तो दोनों मिक्स करके बनाते हैं औरंगाबाद में। जी हाँ, जिसे तो कहेंगे थोड़ा मसालेदार और दम बिरयानी, ऐसे मिलके बनाते हैं औरंगाबाद में। और हैदराबाद में जो बिरयानी बनती है वो प्योर दम की बनती है। बड़ा सा देगचा होता है, उसमें मटन होता है, चिकन होता है, चावल राइस होते हैं, उसको जो दम किया जाता है वो बिरयानी कहते हैं हम हैदराबादी बिरयानी। तो खाइए ना, हमने अभी खाई ना बिरयानी। औरंगाबाद की बिरयानी बहुत फेमस है और आप टेस्ट कीजिए ये कोकन की और हैदराबाद की दोनों मिक्स बिरयानी, जो आपको औरंगाबाद के अलावा कहीं पर भी नहीं मिलेंगी। जस्ट टेस्ट।
बस, थैंक यू। आप भी खाइए प्लीज।
हाँ जी, मैंने
Biryani is my favorite dish and I've tried biryani everywhere I've been. I didn't think I would say, but I am honestly, genuinely telling you, this is the best biryani I've ever tried in my life. Such mein, it's amazing. Thank you. I'm very lucky. So I'm enjoying every bit of the hospitality and the food in Aurangabad. Shakil bhai here has spoilt me at his restaurant with this amazing food and so many dishes. So I'm going to continue this conversation and this very sweet meal that I'm having with Shakil bhai, and I think I have a lot more to explore in Aurangabad than I expected. My next stop are the caves in Aurangabad, which are an absolute must visit. Roughly 2 kilometers from the Bibi Ka Maqbara, the Aurangabad caves sit tucked between the Sitara and Siachal range of hills and are believed to be excavated between the 6th and 7th century AD. The caves are 12 artificial rock-cut Buddhist shrines that were dug out of comparatively soft basalt rocks. While all three sections of the caves are stunning, the heterogeneous rock formations are the real showstoppers of this delightful place. Tourists who visit Aurangabad generally overlook these beautiful caves and choose to take short trips to the well-known Ajanta and Ellora. I'm glad I'm here. It's less touristy and definitely worth a visit. The State Highway 60 and my Mercedes E250 have been the perfect match for my journey from Pune to Aurangabad. This city has overwhelmed me with its hospitality and culture, and my trip to Aurangabad is definitely going to be one of my most memorable ones in a long time. See you guys next week. Drive safe. I started my journey this morning at the cosmopolitan town of Pune. Looking at my lineup for the journey, I knew it would be exceptional. But what I saw surpassed my expectations. The natural potholes at Nigoj, the Aurangabad caves, the Ahmednagar fort completely bowled me over. From architectural beauty to handicraft exquisiteness, from my little dip in geology to tryst with Aurangabadi cuisine, I've managed to come a long way. This journey stands as a testimony to why the pulse increases when we take on the road. Next week on Follow the Star, we are in the vibrant state of Gujarat. Here, we drive through an array of historical towns and experience the magic of Kutch.